community.
Yeah.
After years of doing it, we finally got some good Haitian food. Because it was bad before we had like pizza, you know?
No, I didn't get it. I made me some food at home. I had to run back.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll go back. And
I had to go.
and they went to the Turkish event.
Oh,
the Turkish
it was? Okay.
And then I had something else and I moved around. And then the
What's your next one?
assemblyman
This is
was from
good
15
for-
years.
Oh,
So
it was.
she just spread out like, oh my God, I totally forgot.
Yeah.
So I ran over there and I like, okay, I can't eat.
You have a big Caribbean population in your district, right?
Yes.
What do you think is the biggest, like, Caribbean country that's represented?
I'm gonna go to the
I
library.
don't know, I have, it's a growing, sort of Guyanese, it's the Haitian group, it's mixed. But I have a large growing Bengali community,
Oh,
also,
interesting.
so some region.
Okay, welcome. I'm Senator David Carlucci, the chairman of the Senate Standing Committee on Social Services, and would like to call this meeting to order. We have present with us Senator Prasad. Thank you for being with us today. And we have voting sheets, so we'll move right forward. We have a quorum. Our first bill is Senate Bill 2619 by Senator Parker, an act to amend the Social Services Law in relation to creation by each social service district of a homeless housing task force. This would require social service districts to establish a homeless housing task force for the purpose of developing a 10-year plan and guidelines to address long-term and short-term housing. We have the votes to move the bill, and that bill will be moved to finance. Our next bill is Senate Bill 3449B by Senator Stuart Cousins, an act to amend the Social Services Law. This bill would require local social service districts to obtain approval by governing body of such district prior to applying to amend the Consolidated Services Plan. We have the bills, the votes there, moved by Senator Prasad. That will be referred to finance. The next bill is Senate Bill 7278 by Senator Funke, an act to amend the Social Services Law in relation to the composition of the Interagency Task Force on Human Trafficking and their meetings. We have the votes to move that bill.
And without rec.
Without rec, and that will be reported to the third calendar reading. The next bill is Senate Bill 7333 by Senator Serino, an act to amend the Social Services Law in relation to increasing the enhanced residential care benefits for aged, blind, and disabled persons. We have the votes to move that bill, and that bill will be referred to finance. The next bill is by Senator Ort, Senate Bill 7612, an act to amend Part C of Chapter 57 of the Laws of 2006 relating to establishing a cost of living adjustment for designated human services programs in relation to extending COLA provisions for purposes of establishing rates of payments and effectiveness thereof. We have the votes to move that bill, and that bill will also be moved to finance. Our next bill is Senate Bill 7780 by Senator Carlucci, an act to amend the Social Services Law in relation to public assistance employment programs for disabled persons and repealing certain provisions of such law relating thereto. We have the votes to move that bill, and that bill will also be moved to finance. And our last bill is 7787 by Senator Carlucci, an act to amend the Social Services Law in relation to an act to amend the Social Services Law in relation to resource exemptions for applicants for public assistance programs and to amend Chapter 436 of the laws of 1997. This would remove the $1,000 limit on value of funeral arrangements and other types of things like exempt retirement accounts and 529 plans. So it would exempt that from people being eligible to receive benefits. We have the votes to move that bill, and that bill will also be referred to finance. And that concludes our agenda, and that concludes our meeting of the Social Services Committee. Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
Have a good